Yeah, how y'all doing out there in video land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, here we go. Here we go. I decided I want to sand the blade, so I'm going to sand the blade. And let me show you what I've done so far. I did some work yesterday. I did a video yesterday, but it got real long, people, so I may not release it. This might be what you see today. But this is the backspacer. And that's where I've sanded it to right there. I've removed all the finish off of it. It's not polished yet, just sanded. The liners. I'm gonna do a little bit more work on these. I only went up to 1,000 grit on this. So that, do a little bit more work on that. Did the lock bar. And I also did the snaggle tube. So those are all ready to be polished. I'm gonna set them over here out the way. Those are waiting to be polished. They're ready for the next level. These things I still want to do. I decided I want to do the blade. Because I started doing it yesterday, and I really liked it, and I put it on the buffer just to see what it would look like. And you can sort of see the beginning of it right there. It looks like it's going to look really good if I get all these fine scratches out. I think I need to start with like a 400 grit, because some of them are like, you know, like the machine marks from when they made the blade. And so I want to get those machine marks out. And so what I'm going to use is my sanding block, my board. This is the only good piece of 400 grit I can find, but it's 400 grit wet sandpaper. You can see the 4 right there. It's a used piece of paper, but that's why I didn't have any newer pieces, so I'm gonna have to use that. I'm gonna have to make that do that. I'll go to 600 after that. All right, people. So let's get this party started. This video might be a long one too, so I might post both of them. But the first one, the first one sanding video, it was really long. It's like 47 minutes or something like that, people. That was. I started getting into it, and I was talking and stuff, and I just wasn't really paying attention to time, and it got really long. So I don't know if I want to post it or not. Maybe, I might just post it, and you guys can just watch whatever parts of it that you want to watch, like you guys always do. Just watch whatever parts you guys want to watch. But anyway, let's get this party started. This one's going to probably be a long video too. As you all know, I don't cut nothing or anything like that. You guys see everything what I go through in my videos when I'm doing them. You see the bloopers, everything. Probably put a little bit too much water on the board. Make a little bit of a mess. All right. All right. Let's get sand that side. Start sanding on this side. So we'll start this one this side. Right now I'm just going to go with the grain. It's kind of hard to do. I'm just going with the grain. And then when I come with the 600, I'll go in the opposite direction. I'll go in the vertical direction. I want to get these machine marks down to like a 400 grit. Really don't like to go lower than 400 grit, because whatever grit that you use, you're going to have to pull the scratches out. So it just like sort of makes more work for yourself. So I always try to go with the grit that I think, the highest grit that I think I can use first. If it doesn't work, then you go to a lower grit. So you can see how it's starting to get the scratches out. Starting to make them a little bit finer. And that's what you want, because then when you come across this way, then you take these scratches out. These blades have a little bit of a hollow to them, so you'll see them when you do what I'm doing. You'll see it get shiny along the ridge line right here and shiny along the bottom, and then you're going to have to come back, and that's what this block is for, so you can get the hollow. So I could do that hollow also. That's the way I do that. Just a few more strokes on this one. These blades are very, they come with a pretty nice finish already. And one thing about the plain edge counterpoints, the grind lines are never perfect on them. The only ones I've ever had a perfect grind lines on was the serrated one, the new serrated one I got. The brand new one from the new company. The old company counterpoints, the grind lines were always a little bit off. So if your grind lines are a little bit off on your counterpoint, and especially after you do stuff like this, you'll really see where the grind lines are, and you can really see that this is a little bit off. Just be aware of that. That's just the way that these knives are. They're not perfect. The blade grinds on them aren't perfect. It's one reason to polish them too, though, because it sort of distracts from the grind lines. They still won't be perfect, but you forget about paying attention to them so much, because the polish will look so nice. On the duller blades, then you notice the other things like the grind lines. At least I do. I notice them more. Sort of like a good-looking woman in a nice-looking, sexy outfit. You get distracted to where now she has a good personality or not. That's what the polish does. Makes it sexy. I'll probably talk too much on this one too. Otherwise, it sort of gets boring, people. I know that you guys want to see me do these, see how I polish things and stuff like that, but the way I do it is slow, because I don't have all the expensive machinery and stuff like that, so I do everything by hand pretty much. The only thing I don't do by hand is buff. I use my buffer. Before I had this buffer, the tabletop buffer, I used to use a handheld buffer, which is almost like doing it by hand still. I really like the tabletop buffer. I got mine at Harbor Freight for like $44. It was on sale during one of the holidays. They had like a holiday sale. I can't remember which holiday it was. And it works great. And for $44, if it stops working on me, I'm not even gonna be mad. But I got a warranty on it, so I'll go get another one. But it works great. I highly recommend it. Okay, now you can see what I'm talking about. You get along here will be the parts that show up shiny first, along the high points of the blade. This is your center line of the blade. Your thickness of the blade goes through here, and that's how it reinforces this tip. That's what a bayonet style blade does. It's like a reinforced dagger. But in order to get this in here, I'm going to have to use this. Let's start using that right now too. And I hold, get right down to where your plunge line is. I put my finger in here and I just sort of guide it. So I know where I'm going. Yes, I did. There we go. Yep, now we're getting in there. All right. This is the first one I've sanded. My other one that I have, it was buffed. I didn't sand that one out. I just buffed it. But we'll see if we can get a nice mirror polish in this one. It might take me a little bit longer than, you know, the 3 days like I thought I was going to do it all in, you know, because I just got off of work. First thing I did was come in here and set this up so I can do this video with you guys. Because I know I didn't post one yesterday like I said I was going to do, because I was undecided whether or not I want to post that video or not. It was just long, people, long and kind of boring. Okay, let's do this side. This is 400 grit. Next we're going to go to 600 grit, and we're going to do all the same stuff all over again. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of long and boring because also I'm doing is just going from grit to grit until I get to the 3000 grit. And I got some other sandpaper that goes up to like 10,000 grit. So I might even use some of that on this. If I don't know, we'll see. I sort of want to make it a mirror. Even higher than I usually go. So I got my buffer now, so it's not easy. It's easier to buff it out. So if I can get every little scratch out, it's going to be sweet. And this part right here, I taped it all up because I didn't want to do this part. The part right here, I taped that all off. I just want to do the swedge and the blade. And I already polished the spine. So, not polished it, but I mean wet sanded it to the point where it's ready to be polished. Oh, wait a minute, wrong side. Okay, I think we're ready for the next grit. Next piece of sandpaper is going to be a little better piece of sandpaper. I always like to let my sandpaper, I use like an old plastic trash can, you know, all cleaned out and everything. And that's why you keep my old sandpaper in, because you can reuse your sandpaper. Otherwise, it gets really expensive if you go out and buy new sandpaper every time. This one is a 1500 grit. You want 600. I use sandpaper till the sand's worn off of it. Thing about the new sandpaper as opposed to old sandpaper, though, new sandpaper removes stuff faster because it has more sand on it, more grit. All right. Oh, I'm supposed to be going the other way. Well, we'll do it this way with this one too. And then we'll go the other way with the 600. Make it a little bit finer. That's all you're doing is making the scratches finer and finer and finer until you can't see them no more, basically. I'm sure with the microscope, with the magnifying glass or microscope, you put the steel under, you would see the scratches. But your naked eye won't, you get them to a point where your naked eye doesn't notice them. And that's what you're doing with wet sandpaper. Making the scratches finer and finer. Let me let you guys see what that looks like. You can sort of see what's going on there. This side still needs a lot more work. This side's looking pretty good. Looks like it's ready for the next level. This side, it still looks pretty cloudy, but I'm starting to see some mirror action going on this side. This side's still cloudy. I need to put more work on this side. Now, if you're probably wondering why I haven't done the swedge yet, it's because I'll do that next. But first I'll do this part of the blade first. Then I'll do the swedge next. It's sort of like sharpening a Tonto blade. You do it, you sharpen two blade edges. That's the way I sharpen Tontos anyway. It's like sharpening two blade edges. All right, now you're starting to see some mirror action there. That's what you want to see. Now let's go the other way. Now for this, because it's not a perfectly flat surface, I'm going to ball it up like this. And then I'm going to come in here just like this, and I'm going vertically. I'm going to sand vertically. Oh yeah, just got all the scratches removed. A few more still in there. Right in here. Right in the main part of the blade. Or the flat edge part of the blade. You always want to keep things even though, so you always want to be aware you don't want to just stay in one spot. You want to go back and forth on the blade so the blade stays nice and even. You know, it might create a dip in your steel. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's go to the other side. A little bit more. Let's go to the other side. I'll come back to it. I see a little bit more after I wash it off. I spread my fingers all over the blade, so I'm trying to keep pressure everywhere on the blade. This ain't like the same amount of pressure. And this is not the polishing phase, this is more the sanding phase, so Actually, I use a little bit more pressure because I'm trying to get the grind lines out, or the machine marks. So I have to remove some steel. I have to make everything level so that there isn't any more scratches in it. It's not, you're not removing a whole lot of steel, just it's a very minute amount, people. Don't think it's a whole lot. Your measurements, if you take the measurements with your clippers, it'll still be the same. It's like this one has more vertical scratches in it than this side does. This side does. And I think it's because I worked on the other side yesterday just to see what it would look like. I didn't do nothing on this side. So that's probably what's happening there. It's being mad at me. You didn't do nothing with me yesterday. All right. Now don't worry about the edge because I'm going to have to resharpen this knife afterwards. Whenever you do a polish like this, lots of times you dull the edge. And so you just, if you don't like to resharpen it, don't do this. Or if you don't know how to resharpen it, may not be something that you want to do. And the grind line's a little bit deeper on this side. The machine marks. Might need to go back to the 400. Maybe ball that up and use it like that. Now, when you got a flat edge knife, a saber flat ground blade or a full flat ground blade, those are a lot easier to polish, people, because you don't have that bow in the blade or whatever, and so you can just polish it on a flat surface. But when you got something like this, there we go. Now all the scratches are. Okay, let me finish doing it like that. This is going to be pretty, people. I'll tell you right now, it's going to be beautiful. And this was a $35 knife. If my other one only cost $35 when I first bought it, and I had $80, I might have done something like this. But it was kind of expensive, so I didn't. And it was a perfect. That one has that's the most perfect counterpoint I've ever received. The one with the serrated edge from GSM, the new company. It came out the box perfect. It had perfect grind lines. The serrations are perfect, and it polished really nicely, without it even having to be sanded. Doesn't really have like the grind. I just think that they did a better job. I don't know if all the new ones are like that, but the ones that they were selling here, the $35 ones, these are like the old ones that have been relabeled with the new GSM laser markings. Because all these knives are still made in the same factory. They just changed the labeling. You're not getting something from a different factory, like I always hear people mumbling about. All these parts are interchangeable with the very first models that they made. The Oz 8 models. Oh yeah. Now we got them all out. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. That is going to be beautiful, people. I could tell already. It's going to be beautiful. Let me get the other side looking like that. That is going to be beautiful. This is going to be a mirror. I can feel it. It's going to be a mirror. It's going to be a beautiful counterpoint. Well, we only got like 2 more subscribers to go, people. Then it's giveaway time. It's almost giveaway time. My first giveaway. Oh no, that's not the first, because a long time ago I gave away some snaggle teeth, some snaggle teeth, some of the nylon snaggle teeth, or the plastic ones. Rob gave to me to give you guys, long time ago. But this is gonna be the first knife. Yeah, it's gonna be a custom one too, a beautiful one. That knife came out beautiful. Whoever gets it's gonna get a beautiful knife. And if you don't want Oz 10, go get one of those knives from Midway, and you know, the CPM S35VN blade steel, and a 6061 aluminum backspacer, and then just, you know, swap out the scales on it. But the Oz 10 steel is awesome too. Matter of fact, I just ordered a couple of knives of Oz 10 from Fly Titanium. Did you guys know that they're having a sale on the arcades? They have an arcade light now, and they're going for $79. And you can go get that 10% off coupon that they got going. It's called Deadly something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Deadly 10 or Deadly something. And you can use that code, and it'll give you 10% off of the $79. Or basically pay for your shipping. Because Fly Titanium, you got to spend $100 to get free shipping. Flytanium. So check them out though. I had to get one. I had to get one because I'm a Demko Shark Lock fan big time. And I've been putting off the arcade because I didn't want to spend $200 on one. Especially, you know, I have a whole bunch of, you know, 80-20.5s and stuff like that. So I didn't need one. But I like them though. I think they look really cool. I'm not a big fan of the inserts though. And these new light ones, they're coming with polymer polycarbonate handles, and they're like all different kind of colors. And yes, I had to get the purple ones. Had to get the purple ones. And you can either get with a Stonewash DLC, or a Stonewash AUS 10A steel blade, or a DLC coated one, a black DLC coated one with all the hardware, including the shark fin and everything. It's all black DLC coated, and all your hardware and your deep carry pocket clip, everything. It's a beautiful knife. And I like the shape of the blade, and the handle looks comfortable. So I can't wait to see it. It'll be on the way, probably here next week. Now, if you guys are interested in that, I would suggest, you know, go check it out. Oh yeah, look at that, people. That is going to be a beautiful blade. That is going to be absolutely beautiful. A little bit more right up in front. Sorry if you can't see it. I have to keep the blade pin down so it doesn't move while I'm sanding it. I know my wrist is probably in the blocking the view. I can see the scratches going away. Oh, that's beautiful. Couple more. Let me see this side. On this side, they're gone. Right down here, I can see some now. That's probably the area that I'm not hitting with the sandpaper. But this one still got some right up in here. Right up in here. Probably my sandpaper's getting worn out. This feels good right here. Let's use that. Get the right grip on it. Oh yeah, it's gonna look good, people. I can tell this video's getting long already, isn't it? What I might end up doing is stopping this video and I'll finish up the sanding. You guys can see what I'm doing. And then when I get done with the sanding, I'm gonna come back and do some buffing. But also I'm gonna do with this, when I get done with this 400, I'm gonna go to 600, I'm gonna go to 800, I'm gonna go to 1,000, I'm gonna go to 1,500, I'm gonna go to 2,000, I'm gonna go to 2,500, and then I'm gonna top it off with 3,000 grit. When I get to 3,000 grit, it should be ready to be polished. And it should look pretty much polished already with the 3,000 grit. And then when you polish it off with the buffer and buffing compound, and I'll top it off with some mothers, it should look like a mirror. That's my goal. Y'all be able to see if I'm able to accomplish that. I don't even know if I can accomplish it yet either. I've never done one of these blades before. Different steels react differently, people. Not all steels polish very well. And some steels, you know, like, especially like the new powdered steels, they're harder to polish because the steels are harder. When you get it like the ones that are the easiest to polish are ones that are the, I don't know, like, you know, like the older steels. I don't want to say lower grade or whatever, but like 440C, 440 HC, Oz 8. This is the first time I've done Oz 10. Oz 10 is harder than Oz 8. That's the thing about it. It's able to be tempered to a higher temper, so it's harder. You know, probably more prone to being a little bit more brittle too than Oz 8, but Oz 8 will bend and stuff like that, bend and roll and do all sorts of weird stuff. But Oz 8, I'm sure will probably not do that. Might chip or something like that. I've never used it to that point. I had that kind of issue. I've never had an issue with Oz 10 or Oz 8. Oz 8, I have rolled the edges a lot. Because like if you're cutting like butchering up some meat or something and you hit bone, lots of times you roll your edge. But it's easy to unroll it and resharpen it and make it, you know, usually lots of times you can just do it with a straw. Oz 8's a really good steel if you want to learn how to maintain steel. I recommend it to everybody that's learning how to sharpen steel and do those kind of things, or even like polishing and stuff too. It's a good steel to start with. Basically, pretty much a nice steel I started with as far as polishing is concerned, and sharpening. Because before I got into my pocket knife collection and stuff like that, I wasn't really into sharpening and stuff. I knew how to sharpen stuff, but I didn't get into like making perfect edges and all that kind of stuff because I didn't really care about how the edge looked. I just care if it cut. My grandpa used to sharpen knives on a grinding stone, like an old-fashioned grinding stone that spins like a blacksmith would have. And he'd wear out blades until it was like you ran the edge all the way up to the spine before you get another knife. But he was old school. Me? I'm not old school like that. I like my knives to look nice. If I mess them up, I always try to fix them or refurbish them. And I don't try to cut things I know that are going to mess up the edges. Over the years I learned about, what messes up the edge. And if it's something that messes up the edge, I'll find something else to cut it with. Other than my favorite pocket knife or something. Something I spent a lot of money on. I'll use a cheap knife. But not a nice knife. I wouldn't use something that I spent a lot of time polishing, That's just me. Kind of OCD when it comes to my knives. We're getting it? Oh yeah, now we're getting it. So just a few left. They're all like right in here. Maybe I'm not getting the right angle in there. Then we'll go in the opposite direction with the next sandpaper. But you want to get all the scratches out first before you start going to like higher grits, because the polishing grits won't be able to take out the scratches. So your sanding grits, and I don't really recommend going down below 400 unless you have to, unless you got like deep scratches or something, and you have to actually remove a whole lot of material to smooth things out. I would recommend, usually starting like around 400 or 600. If you got, a decent wet sanding paper. I get my wet sanding paper at Ace Hardware. It's a local hardware store. And I got some other sanding paper off of Amazon that I've been wanting to try out. I know it's probably from China or whatever. It may not be that good. I don't know. But I want to try it out because I got some really high grits, like all the way up to 20,000 grit or something. Maybe I'll try it on this blade if I get all these scratches out. No need in using something like that if you don't have all the scratches out. I like those Japanese blades. I forget the name of the manufacturer, but they're like super expensive, like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for their knives, and they have that super duper high polish on them. Oh man, I admire them so much because I know it's hard to get a polish like that. And I'm sure it's done by hand too, by the master polisher. I need to find out who that is and watch his videos if he's got videos. He or she, whoever. Never know nowadays. But whoever it is, I got respect because that polish is awesome. I forget the name of those knives. I see them on the Knife Center videos sometimes. Because I think the Knife Center carries them. Oh yeah, that's getting nice. This is going to be a beautiful blade, people. This is going to be one beautiful blade. Oh yeah. I think we just about got them all now. Get nice even wet sanding there. After sanding certain spots, I want to even out the whole blade. Oh yeah. It's coming along, people. All right, let's go to the next grid. What we got next? This be 600. Go back to the sanding block. Now we're gonna make it cloudy again. But now the scratches are gonna be easy to remove now because these are just sandpaper scratches, they're not machine marks no more. The hard part is what you do with the 400 grit. Well, actually the 400 and the 600 grit. Oh yeah, now you can see exactly where the sanding block hits. It hits like right along, right where you see my finger rubbing. That's all where the sanding block hits. It's not hitting up here. Yep, same on this side too. So that means I need to do some flat sanding too. Because I do want to hit those different spots. Oh yeah, see now we're hitting it all? Everything's getting hit now. All right. All right. That's looking good. Ready for the next level. All right. What we got next? Well, you know, this is a really good piece of 600. Let's use this next. Go a little bit more this way. Okay. Done with the 600. Oh, you know what? It's 1,000 I have to go to next. I think I couldn't find 800. Is that what it is? 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 2,500. Gotta add some thousand in here. Hold on. 2,000, 3,000, 600. There we go, 1,000. Okay. Okay, this we're gonna ball up. And go in the other direction. It's almost a little bit too long of a piece. And take out all the scratches we just put in. I think I want to cut this down a little bit because I don't want it running into the tip of the knife blade. So we're going to cut it down a little bit. Little piece a little bit better. There we go. Now I got more control over it. Gotta be careful of the tip, people. Don't want to stab your fingers. Oh yeah. This is going to be one beautiful blade, people. Now I'm into it. Now I won't stop until it's polished. All right, people, you know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to go ahead and end this video here because I know it's getting really long. It's probably really long already, and you're not really seeing a whole lot of different things. So I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. And I'm going to finish sanding everything. I'm going to finish sanding everything, and the next video will be the polishing video, people. The next video will be the polishing. Peace out, Stiletto. Stay tuned.